think it's a shame when you can't do your job that you're paid to do and love to do and have to worry about these other things.
Well, fellas, we could obviously spend an entire hour talking about this subject, and maybe we will at some point. But right now, we're going to talk about Charlie's program down at SMS. Certainly an interesting year for the Bears. Ned Reynolds takes a look at the Bears as they enter their second season in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Is that a look of bewilderment on the Temple of Doom's Crown Prince? Now, what could be puzzling Charlie Spoonhour? Could it be the presence of these strange aliens from another planet who inhabit Bears games? Or is it this frenetic fowl who sometimes shows up to put the hex on Bears opponents? No, it's really none of the above, but rather the 9 new Bears in the den this season, causing Spoon to trim his nails. This represents the largest Bears turnover in a decade, and while the fans might be excited, Spoon has to piece together this puzzle. Let's meet some of these new Bruins. Number 40 is Tony Graves, a 6'8", 220-pound junior college transfer from Joliet, Illinois. This fellow, number 44, is Yusef Washington, also 6'8", also a junior college transfer from Denver. And Washington's junior college buddy, Jackie Crawford, number 11, a 5'7" point guard from Chicago Simeon. Both Washington and Crawford went to junior college together in Ottumwa, Iowa. Number 30 is Lester Turner. He is a 6'1" guard from Las Vegas, also a JUCO transfer. Number 20 is a true freshman, Anthony Edwards from Little Rock Parkview, an all-state selectee in Arkansas, as was his Parkview teammate, number 42, Clint Thomas, a 6'6" forward. And number 12 is another true freshman, guard Johnny Murdoch from South High School in Wichita, that city's player of the year last season. The Bears' lone returning starter, number 33, Andre Rigsby, a 6'6" senior forward from Gulfport, Mississippi. He averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds a game last year.
Yeah, I feel more relaxed this year than last year. I was a lot confused last year because I wasn't sure what coach wanted, so I just concentrated more on defense than my offensive part of the game.
The Bears sustained a setback in the 5th game when starting center Chris Albright suffered a broken foot. He'll be out of action from 6 to 8 weeks, probably returning in early February. The key item in Coach Spoon's puzzle is point guard. Who will take command and lead this team? For the last 2 seasons, that role has been ably filled by the little package of dynamite from the Bronx, Arnold Bernard. This 5'5" ball-handling magician averaged double figures in scoring last season while recording 257 assists. His floor generalship will be difficult to replace.
Knowing that I have to take over at the point guard position to replace Arnold Bernard, I knew it was going to be a big thing, but I felt I can handle the pressure, you know. That's what it's all about.
Charlie's young Bruins got off to their best start since 1973, thanks in no small part to 5 straight home games at the start of the season. And that bodes well for the Bears, who are shooting to record their 7th consecutive 20-win season. For Show Me Hoops 92, this is Ned Reynolds.
Charlie, Reed and Bernard, when you talk about those two, how tough is it for you when you look down the bench this year and you don't see them?
It's a little tough because they were a pretty good security blanket. For 2 years, when you had a problem, you knew they could find some sort of an answer for it. And this year, we've looked a little bit trying to decide exactly who's going to fill those spots.
You have the same dilemma that Rich has in that you have a lot of new faces out there this year.
Well, we've got probably more than anyone in the country. We've got 12 new ones, and we've been starting 2 freshmen, which is something that's highly unusual for us. And it's been a learning process. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great bunch to work with.
Tell me how you see the MVC shaping up.
Well, balance is pretty good except for Southern Illinois. They haven't heard that yet. They still think they're supposed to run off and hide from everyone, but I think we're going to have a great league race. We're going to have some good basketball teams. It's going to be very, very competitive.
All right, Charlie. MVC race, as Charlie said, in 92 should be very interesting, evidenced by last year's winner, Creighton, being picked 9th this year. We'll be right back.
He's no longer home alone. Little Macaulay Culkin